Good morning. This is your CDT News Update. I'm Carrie Roberts. Making the news at this time. Police have released the names of 3 of the 4 suspects who were fatally shot in separate violent confrontations with police following a home invasion on Saturday. The deceased individuals have been identified as Mikhail Giuseppe of Cocorite, Davion Giuseppe of Kupia, Kevin John, and another male whose identity is yet to be established. The TTPS said this comes after a coordinated multi-agency operation on Saturday in which they successfully disrupted the tall boots crew believed to be linked to approximately 24 reported home invasion incidents across Kupia, Las Lomas, Chaguanas, Freeport, and Longdonville districts after the past several weeks. The TTPS said as a result of the operation, those 4 suspects were fatally wounded, while 2 suspects have been detained. Meanwhile, in a separate incident, a Point Fortin man is facing multiple charges, including assaulting a police officer after a car accident on Sunday. Around 3 a.m., police were called to the scene of an accident along the Point Fortin main road involving a gold Nissan Tida. The driver's insurance was invalid and police smelled alcohol on his breath. They cautioned him and asked him to submit a breathalyzer test, but he became irate and began shouting and using obscene language. When told he was being arrested for using obscene language, the man tried to escape the officer's grasp and a struggle ensued. He was arrested and a breathalyzer test confirmed he was over the legal limit. He was taken to the police station where he became violent and hit an officer in his chest and dragged 2 officers to the ground. The man was subdued and slapped with several charges. Acting Sergeant Alcala of the Point Fortin Police Station is continuing inquiries. In other news, the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service has issued a strong warning to those engaged in home invasions and other serious offences, cautioning that criminal behaviour inevitably results in loss, imprisonment, and in many cases, death. Via voice note yesterday evening, Assistant Commissioner of Police Richard Smith said the TTPS remains firm in its zero-tolerance approach to gangs and organised criminal networks, while urging young people to abandon a life of crime. ACP Smith called on citizens to work alongside police, describing public cooperation as a critical part of crime prevention and detection.
We will utilize all available legal measures and resources to dismantle criminal networks and bring offenders to justice. We will not allow a small group of individuals to disrupt the peace and security of law-abiding citizens. Members of the public are strongly advised to remain vigilant and report any unusual activity or suspicious individual within their communities to the nearest police station or via designated hotlines. The investigation into this matter is ongoing and remains at a sensitive stage, with suspects still outstanding. The TTPS is actively pursuing all leads and will provide further updates as appropriate.
In sport, the Trinidad and Tobago Football Association has confirmed the appointment of Derek King as head coach of the senior men's national team, removing his interim tag. King, who had been serving in an interim role since March, has signed a 1-year contract with an option to renew. This marks his first full appointment after previous stints as interim and assistant coach. Following the announcement, TTFA President Kieran Edwards said the move reflects confidence in King's leadership and understanding of the national program. King's first assignment will be 2 international friendlies against South Korea on May 30th in Utah, then Russia on June 9th, before preparations begin for the CONCACAF Nations League in September. And that's what's making the news this morning. But joining us right now is Virmala Balkaran, the host of Trinidad and Tobago Today. Good morning, Virmala.
Good morning, Carrie. Morning, I should say.
Morning. You should say it 5 times, because it's the 5th of May or Cinco de Mayo.
Oh my goodness, only you would say that, Carrie. Happy Cinco de Mayo.
Happy Cinco de Mayo to you as well.
Yeah, and also happy anniversary to your loving parents.
Yes, my wonderful parents. Today is their 43rd anniversary. So congratulations, Mom and Dad. You're a great example to us all.
Yeah,
I love you very
43
much.
years of happy and a loving home as well, and
Definitely.
That healthy kind of love that we can all benefit from looking at and patterning our lives. My parents celebrated 38 years as well.
Wow, 38 years, there's some big numbers they're batting,
Absolutely. We also have another 38 in the studio as well, so that's something. Lots of love all around this morning.
Yeah, and it's a good example for our generation because in this day of social media, we see so many nice pictures of the wedding and so many videos and everything looks so pristine and stuff. And then, as you were saying earlier, that the wedding lasted longer than the marriage.
Yeah, so it's more about the marriage and put the focus there, and
till death do us
centering yourself.
part.
Yeah, centering yourselves in that marriage, and we can't give, I think, marriage advice,
Of
but
course,
but based on what we've seen from our parents, that's what we've learned.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, today is also Cinco de Mayo, as we said before. And did you know that this originated in 1862, May 5th, 1862? And this started as the victory over France at the Battle of Puebla on May 5th, 1862. So it is definitely something to celebrate for the Mexican people.
Definitely. And as you were saying earlier as well, it's there are actually more people who celebrate in the U.S.
Exactly. It has
than
become
in Mexico.
Just a festive day to enjoy all the great things that Mexican culture has to offer, especially,
and there's a big cross section today because Cinco de Mayo fell on a Tuesday, and Tuesday is Taco Tuesday. So
it'll be a double celebration this morning. Everyone celebrating Cinco de Mayo, well, a happy Cinco de Mayo to you, and thank you for joining us today. Actually, inside the show today, we talk a little bit more about that, and also carry a very important conversation about infertility and IVF. So that's something you don't want to miss.
All right, looking forward to it as usual, Virmala.
All right, talk soon, Carrie.
We will. Thank you.
You're welcome.
When we come back, the Trinidad and Tobago Today morning show gets going after this break.
There are a number of risk factors for heart disease, so a lot of attention has to be put towards preventive cardiology. What can we do to reduce the burden due to all these risk factors? Hypertension, diabetes, cholesterol, need to stop cigarette smoking, you gotta get people exercising.
Be viewing Caribbean Medical TV on this station.
Hi everybody, I am Leah.
And I'm Dion.
And we are the Duncans. Listen, we're here to tell you about a project the Lord has given to us called the Marriage Confessional. It is geared toward married couples, those that are on the road to marriage, and those that want to get married one day.
So join us on TTT and on Facebook and YouTube at TTT Live Online.
The Marriage Confessional, only on TTT.
Barcelona drawing a game, not winning their first set of game. Worried, concerned.
Emotional damage is fantasy.
What a wonderful finish.
You see it, stop. Come again, one more time.
Ever wondered what happens before the lights come on? Before the crowd pours in? Before the magic hits the stage? This is your all-access pass. Sneak Peek with Junior K takes you behind the scenes of the biggest cultural moments and the hottest events across TNT. From the sound checks to the stage setups, from final rehearsals to exclusive interviews. If it's about to be big, we're already there. Catch Sneak Peek airing daily on TTT and relive every moment on all our social media platforms. Sneak Peek with Junior K, where the story starts before the spotlight.
I'm Renee Sion with another edition of Caribbean Week in Review.
Tuesday, 5th May 2026. The time now, it is 6:09 a.m. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago and the world. I'm Virmala Balkaran, and welcome to Trinidad and Tobago Today. Well, let's take a look now at what's trending this morning. Well, Michael Giuseppe of Waterhole Cocorate, Davion Giuseppe of Lee Trace North Kupia, Kevin John, and one unidentified male are among men police say are linked to a group responsible for up to 24 home invasions across central Trinidad. This, according to the Commissioner of Police. He also said investigations into the alleged Tall Boots crew are ongoing after a police operation that left 4 men dead and 2 others in custody during separate confrontations with officers. And while no formal link has been confirmed to known gangs, the commissioner said the individuals showed coordinated behavior consistent with organized crime, which remains a key line of inquiry. He added intelligence points to activity mainly in the Central Division, with home invasions forming the core pattern of offending, though investigators are also probing other possible links. There is, however, no verified evidence of foreign influence. ACP Criminal Division Richard Smith is again urging young people to please avoid a life of crime. And check out this bushfire at Fort George in St. James yesterday. And it was captured on drone footage by Make It Happen Production. It shows flames coming dangerously close to nearby homes. This is not the first major bushfire in the area this year. Residents are being reminded, please keep your properties clear of any dry vegetation during the dry season. And also report fires immediately by calling 990. And after a year without electricity, it has been restored to the lifeguard facility at Toko Beach. And the reconnection of the power supply brings the facility back into full operation, improving safety conditions and functionality for lifeguards stationed on the coastal site. On May 3rd, Minister of Defense, the Honorable Wayne Sturge, visited the facility during a beach cleanup exercise to mark the restoration. And now to this. With a final judgment in the case of the Essequibo border dispute months away, Guyana has told the International Court of Justice that Venezuela's claims over the territory is unlawful and it amounts to more than 70% of its landmass. Venezuela, however, rejects the court's jurisdiction and insists the matter must be settled through direct negotiations. The dispute centers on the 160,000 square kilometer Essequibo region, a largely jungle territory with offshore oil and gas reserves. And this case, you might remember, was filed by Guyana in 2018, asking the ICJ to uphold the 1899 boundary ruling, which awarded the territory to then British Guyana. The court's decision will be binding, though enforcement depends on the UN Security Council. Well, as we mentioned before when I spoke to Carrie, today, Cinco de Mayo, meaning the 5th of May, is a holiday that celebrates the date of the Mexican Army, May 5th, 1862 victory over France at the Battle of Puebla during the Franco-Mexican War. So to the Mexican community here in Trinidad and Tobago, we wish you a very special happy Cinco de Mayo. And also, as I said, coming up inside today's show, an in-depth conversation about infertility and IVF that you really can't miss. Grab your cup of coffee and settle in. Trinidad and Tobago Today has begun.
The plays that shake the arenas. The stories that move a nation. From football to cricket, track to tennis, every win, every rivalry, every headline. This is where Trinidad and Tobago come for sports.
TTT Sports. Committed, accurate, relevant.
Hey, up up for this exciting challenge and confident about your business? If you are, the 10-20 feature is just what you need. It's where you give your customers 10 reasons in 20 seconds why they should shop by you. This fun-filled feature will be captured, packaged, and aired on television and promoted on social media simultaneously. Small, medium, and large businesses call or WhatsApp 764-3378 or 313-4215. Let's feature your business. 1020 with Junior K. It's affordable, effective, and fun.
There are a number of risk factors for heart disease, so a lot of attention has to be put towards preventive cardiology. What can we do to reduce the burden due to all these risk factors? Hypertension, diabetes, cholesterol, need to stop cigarette smoking, you gotta get people exercising.
Be viewing Caribbean Medical TV on this station.
Since 1972, one sound has been living in the heart of Trinidad and Tobago, the longest running radio station in the nation.
We're your holiday soundtrack, whether it's on your day off, long drives, or house lives. We are always sweet.
Always 100. This is music with meaning, music with memories.
Music that feels like home.
And it's not just the songs, it's the voices you trust, personalities you've grown with.
Laughter that sounds familiar.
This isn't just radio, it's tradition.
It's memories. It's part of who we are.
Sweet 100.1 FM, the rhythm of our identity, part of your family.
Always 100, guide you on your way. Sweet 100, sweet 100.
Your stories, your communities, your country. TTT News is everywhere, on the ground, across Trinidad and Tobago, and on every smart device. TTT News, nightly at 7. TTT News, committed, accurate, relevant.
Welcome back to Trinidad and Tobago Today on TTT. Well, some more news for you this morning. A 59-year-old security officer was allegedly abducted during a road rage incident in Santa Flora on Saturday after the side mirrors of his vehicle and another car collided on Sincline Road. So we've been talking all about road rage over the past few weeks on the show as well. And it really goes to show that this situation is escalating, and definitely we need to be, calmer, cooler on the nation's roads. And police are saying that when he stopped to inspect the damage, two men confronted him. They forced him into the back seat of his own car and then they drove off. And during the ordeal, one suspect actually placed him in a neck lock until he lost consciousness. He later woke up near Queen Anne Beach in Siparia beside his damaged vehicle, and he was taken to the hospital for treatment as police continue investigations. Road rage, please, 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 we need to do better, Trinidad and Tobago. Well, remember, all the stories that you see here and more are all posted at TTT Live online for you. If you have a story idea, a press release, or you want to collaborate with us in any way, we'd love to hear from you. Simply send us an email at ttt@ttt.co.tt and be a part of the conversation that's shaping our nation. Trinidad and Tobago Today, news you can trust and all the stories that matter. Well, residents of Kupia are still reeling after a violent home invasion in the early hours of the weekend spiraled into a dramatic police chase and deadly shootout that left 4 suspects dead, 2 in custody, and as you know, 2 others are still on the run. And police have since revealed that the suspects are believed to be part of a group known as the Tall Boots Crew, which investigators say may be linked to as many as 24 home invasions across Kupia and surrounding central Trinidad communities. And criminologists have noted that the police response, describing it as a strong and decisive one, while now attention really turns to how citizens and residents in the community have been affected and what they are calling for moving forward. Well, joining us now via Zoom is the councillor for the electoral district of Kupia, Mr. Richard Sukdeo, to tell us what the mood on the ground is and what residents are now demanding in the wake of this incident. Good morning, Mr. Sukdeo, and welcome to the show.
Hi, morning, pleasant morning to you, pleasant morning to your staff, pleasant morning to Trinidad and Tobago.
Well, Mr. Sukdeo, this incident happened in your district over the weekend. How shaken is the Kupia community right now after that home invasion that, escalated into that police shootout, that deadly police shootout?
I would say more than shaken. I would want to say that the community has been rocked. It's the first time we have an incident such as this with so many people being killed at one time. So the community, normally a quiet community, it has been rocked. And the situation now is very tense, and residents are very tense in the area. 10 years ago, you would not think or imagine something like this would happen, because there would have normally been petty crimes and so on, because the area back then was more rural. Now it's becoming semi-urban. And People are very, very, very tense. People are they are scared at this point in time because of what's happening, because of the unsafe situation there.
Yeah. Mr. Sukdeo, we really are happy to have you join us this morning to get the, the first-hand look of, or you just unpack everything from your perspective, from the community perspective itself. And it's important that we hear from the Kupia community. So we really are happy to have you here with us. Sure. Now, some residents are saying that they feel relief after this operation, and others may be concerned about the level of force used. I believe some reports were stating that there was gunfire for about an hour or so. What is the general mood on the ground?
What happened there with those bandits, those perpetrators, it is now being considered a Pyrrhic victory. In that, yes, everybody, we are very happy that, the police have acted swiftly and decisively and were able to curb the situation without injury to life and so on. So while we are very happy that that has happened, what is happening now is that because of this incident and because of past incidents, the community now, they are very, they are living in a sort of a situation where they're always looking back now, where there's fear among them. And that is a real concern that, yes, the police handle that well, but it's what will happen tomorrow. And this is our concerns, and these are our fears presently. And we really need to have situations where the level of confidence can be built, because citizens are now feeling targeted because of this situation. It was really dramatic. People were hearing gunshots from, wee hours of the morning. The whole community was alarmed as what happened there. So it's more than just, fear gripping. The community has been rocked with this, and we may take some time for this to subside. Yeah.
Thank you for that, Councillor. It's not just in Kupia as well, but I would say in the greater central areas that has extended, the mood has definitely extended there, and by extension Trinidad and Tobago, because when one community is affected, we are all affected. So, Councillor, we're also hearing talk of community watch groups being formed. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes. In the past, I would say maybe about around the time 2005, that era, there were a lot of community watch groups in the area. And how the community watch groups operated then, it was a bit different from how it operates now. What happened then was there were groups of people who would be awake all night. And there would be people taking turns for 4 hours, watch and so on within the community, which was really, that was really, really effective in that there was a presence of people, or like a group of people, maybe 8, 10 people on a shift, guys who would come out in the community to look out. Now with the watch groups, it is more WhatsApp groups that is happening. And while we have air horns and while we have alerts from community, which helps much, the watch groups today are we really need to have more involvement in terms of with the police in each community with these watch groups, so that we can have, and then the assurance from the police to ensure that if something is happening, that there can be a real-time response.
Speaking of police, Councillor, do you believe there is enough police presence and resources in your district to deal with this kind of organized criminal activity?
Well, I would say no. However, with whatever limited resources the police are, especially in the Kupia area, they are trying their best to deal with it. But particularly now that Kupia, I don't know if you know, the station is a small station where we have in Kupia, and we really need to expand the resources in those stations, because when a crime is when a report is made to the police station, sometimes you would hear, well, the police, the patrol vehicle is out, and we will call them and we'll see if they can pass in the area. And sometimes this takes maybe quite some time if they're in a distance away from where that situation is warranted. So we are saying that now the Ministry of National Security, the police commissioner, whatever, need to look a bit closer, because Kupia is now coming to be, or we may have to eventually term it, a hotspot if crime continues the rate it's going. So resources are needed. There are not much vehicles in response, and we need to build better resources at the Kupia police station so we can deal with these things and respond in a better time frame to calls from the general public.
Mr. Sugde, we've been hearing residents saying that they're under pressure from home invasions and farm theft, and most times both are linked. Can you tell us about that growing issue in your community?
But the farming community, Kupia is by and large considered a farming community, because we have a lot of land farmers within Kupia and its the surrounding areas of Kupia. What's happening with Kupia is the farmers are very, very apprehensive now. Last night we had a Zoom meeting with the Kupia Police Council, which I was involved in also. And a farmer called in, and he is saying that I am in my field presently, and I was about close to 8 in the night. He said he is there presently watching his field. I mean, why should a farmer who has to work whole day in the elements, the weather elements, now in the night, has to leave his house to go and guard his thing, So it's not really comforting to know. This would really discourage the farming community, because one, pretty larceny, it's happening at times, and now for fear, because they're looking at the homes of the farmers also, thinking that they probably will have cash or the valuables at home based on their earnings from their crops. So the situation is a very apprehensive one, and we need to really see how with new measures we can take. Now, one of the measures I have heard that the police commissioner or the Minister of National Security, one of them was saying that they're going to institute drones patrol. And I really, really applaud that, because with such a measure such as that, I know that they can capture images, they can capture real-time happening and be able to track down. So that is a welcome initiative. We do hope that it comes to fruition quickly with that.
Mr. Sukdeo, the Homeland Security Minister has said that he supports the TTPS and everything that they've been doing in this regard. And of course, we've been seeing tremendous police support, lots of them on the ground this weekend, and they continued to chase after these suspects and to ensure that justice was served, and they still continue to do that. What other immediate steps would you like to see following this incident?
Well, in moving forward, what we would like to see is that there be the level of trust and confidence reposed back in the police. This is something that the citizens have somewhat lost in terms of, because of reports that we are hearing that the officers are involved in. And this is something the TTPS, the Minister of National Security, the Commissioner of Police have to ensure that the officers out there are really out there to protect and serve. And we know that the majority of police officers, they are doing their best. When we have meetings with them, with the community and so on, they really try their best to ensure they provide the service. But the few elements out there are what's causing the mistrust and the loss of confidence among the citizens towards the police. So we really need to have that confidence built back, and we really need for the resources to come so that people can understand and feel confident that, yes, now when a report is made, we can have some real-time action, we can have some real-time intervention on behalf of the citizen. Because some of the crimes, like recently we heard someone was hanging a young hairdresser person in her apartment. And some of these crimes, these homicides, these crimes, domestic crimes are very difficult to handle and to stop. But generally, one thing I would want to see happening in the future is that the presence and the patrols of police in the community. I have espoused in council, Sugar Board Corporation, that the police constantly make patrols with flashing lights. What this does, and they patrol at irregular hours, so that bandits or perpetrators will not know of the timing of these patrols. So if you have flashing lights, people bandits, they tend to keep away from that. Also, what I would like to see, especially, is that we have been hearing so much about the inclusion of the armed forces in terms of the regiment. Everyone whom I have spoken to, they are saying, where is the regiment? Why hasn't they come out in support of the TTPS? Because when there are presence of enforcing officers, bandits tend to back away, perpetrators tend to stay away. So we are saying that to ensure, especially now in this time, in Kupia, we should have the presence of if the resources of the police is not there, then deploy the armed forces, deploy the regiment people to come to the streets, to station them at street corners and so on for specific lengths of time. And a measure like this would ensure, I know there will be their situation in terms of powers that the army officers may have, but I think just the presence of seeing them around, this can surely curtail the crime intentions of these bandits or criminals, I would want to call them, in the community.
All right. Thank you very much, Councillor Sukdeo, for taking the time to spend with us this morning and talking about things from the Kupia community perspective. And, we just wish you all the best in the community going forward. And hopefully the community gets to heal and feel that sense of safety again as we move forward.
So one thing I would just want to say before I close is that we are really, really happy how the tactical support unit worked in this last home invasion, in this last crime that all these people try to do to poor, innocent, hardworking people. And now we are understanding, based on a media report we saw, that one of the perpetrators even lived in the Kupia area. So I am saying to the public, be alert, secure your property, secure your vehicles, ensure that you are safe in your compounds. And we'll continue to give whatever support to the citizen through working in coordination with the TTPS and with the government authorities. So we do hope for a safer community moving forward.
Thank you, Councillor Richard Sukdare from the Kupia community. Well, the time now, it is 6:34 a.m. on Trinidad and Tobago today. Well, this was in our TTT newscast. We want you to take a look at it from our new journalist and producer, Gregory McBurney.
Police have released the names of 3 of the 4 suspects who were fatally shot in separate violent confrontations with police after a home invasion on Saturday. The deceased men have been identified as Michael Giuseppe of Cocorit, Davion Giuseppe of Kupia, Kevin John, and another male whose identity is yet to be established. The police said this comes after a coordinated multi-agency operation on Saturday in which they successfully disrupted the, quote, Tall Boots crew, believed to be linked to approximately 24 reported home invasion incidents across Kupia, Las Lomas, Chaguanas, Freeport, and Longdonville districts over the past several weeks. The TTPS said as a result of the operation, those 4 suspects were fatally wounded, while 2 suspects have been detained. And a Point Fortin man is facing multiple charges, including assaulting a police officer after a car accident on Sunday. Around 3 a.m., police were called to the scene of an accident along the Point Fortin main road involving a gold Nissan Tida. The driver's insurance was invalid and the police smelled alcohol on his breath. They cautioned him and asked him to submit to a breathalyzer test, but he became irate and began shouting and using obscene language. When told he was being arrested for using obscene language, the man tried to escape the officer's grasp and a struggle ensued. He was arrested and a breathalyzer test confirmed he was over the legal limit. He was taken to the police station where he became violent and hit an officer in his chest and then dragged 2 officers to the ground. The man was subdued and slapped with several charges. Acting Sergeant Alcala of the Point Fortin police station is continuing inquiries. Gregory McBurney, TTT News.
Every client deserves expertise, integrity, and guidance they can trust. At Camino Realty International, we deliver integrated real estate solutions, sales, rentals, property management, and project development. Driven by excellence, transparency, and innovation, we protect value, create opportunity, and build lasting success. Because real estate isn't just about buildings. For more information on our services, log on to CaminoRealty.com or follow us on social media at Camino Realty TT. Camino Realty International, elevating lives one property at a time.
Hi, everybody. I am Leah.
And I'm Dion.
And we are
The Duncans.
Listen, we're here to tell you about a project the Lord has given to us called the Marriage Confessional. It is geared toward married couples, those that are on the road to marriage, and those that want to get married one day.
So join us on TTT and on Facebook and YouTube at TTT Live Online.
The Marriage Confessional, only on TTT.
Someone who is lying.
Child abuse is one secret you should never keep.
If it matters to you, it matters to us. We report the news, real stories in real time. TTT News, nightly at 7. TTT News, committed, accurate, relevant.
Infertility is a reality faced by more families than we often realize, yet many people still suffer in silence, unsure of where to turn, what options exist, or whether hope is still possible. The encouraging news is that science has transformed the fertility conversation. Treatments like IVF are giving thousands of people around the world a renewed chance at building the family they long for. And right here in TNT, those life-changing possibilities are becoming more accessible through education, innovation, and expert care. Well, joining us this morning is one of the region's leading voices in reproductive medicine, fertility specialist Dr. Catherine Minto-Bain. And she's here to talk with us about the science of hope, conceiving hope, your journey to parenthood, and TTIVF's major upcoming free fertility forum called Conceiving Hope, the IVF event 2026, happening at SAPA on May 16th. Well, Doctor, it's always a pleasure having you here. Always a wonderful conversation. And you help so many people when you have these conversations with us.
Virmala, good morning. It's lovely being here, and this really helps the conversation. Being on shows like this gets people talking about infertility, and I think that's one of our big problems. People don't talk about it, don't get enough information. So, no, I'm delighted to be here this morning.
Well, I know you have something amazing happening. It's the biggest event on the Trinidad and Tobago fertility calendar. It's called Conceiving Hope, the IVF event. So it's happening soon. Tell us all about it.
It's exciting. There is nothing quite like it in TNT or in the Caribbean or even in Latin America. It's the leading event for people struggling with infertility. And it's on Saturday, May 16th at SAPA in San Fernando. And it's an event all about IVF. So if you think you might need IVF, you're struggling to have a baby, men and women, it's an event for you. It's a free event, so it's not something you need to pay for. And it runs from 9 a.m. in the morning through to 2:30 in the afternoon. Really important, people need to register. So it's free, but there are limited spaces. And so you register online or you give us a call in the clinic.
Yeah. So, Doctor, this year, Conceiving Hope is all about IVF. So why this specific focus?
It's a good question. We change the theme every year. Otherwise, it gets a little bit boring for the staff. So this year we thought we'll focus on IVF. And why IVF? Well, it's the most effective way to get a baby worldwide. And not just that, we focus on IVF because we've just opened this huge new state-of-the-art IVF clinic here in Trinidad as well. So it's important because it's the most quick and the most effective way for a lot of people to get a baby. And a lot of people simply don't have information about it. So the event really is to get you information about IVF, how you can access it, what we have right here in TNT, and to give people that information to get them going on their fertility journey.
So tell us what's on the agenda for Conceiving Hope.
So it's split into two parts. We have a fertility seminar where we start with educational seminars from our 3 fertility experts. So it's not just me as a fertility doctor in TNT. There's Dr. Brickell Timothy, Dr. Terry-Ann Rampal, and we have three educational seminars. One is the science of hope. My favorite words. It's all about hope, and it's all about what we have available, how IVF works and why. The second seminar is about why IVF at home. What do we have in Trinidad, and why are there so many reasons to stay at home for your IVF? And then the third seminar is what we know people really want, is how do you fast track into your IVF journey? 5 really important steps to get you going quickly. Then we have a question and answer session, and then we have our fertility warriors. So we know people like to meet other couples, other people who've been through the clinic. So that's an hour-long segment where they talk about their journey and what they went through. They're brave, courageous women.
And that inspires so many people, I'm sure.
It does. Yeah. It does.
So you spoke about the seminars, but I want to circle back to your second seminar. I believe this explains the benefits of home-based IVF. So let's talk a little bit about that, because that's a new idea for me.
Yeah, I think a lot of people feel you have to go away to get good medical treatment, and I think a lot of people aren't aware of what we actually have right here at home. Particularly for IVF, we've been leading the Caribbean region for the last 30 years. The first Caribbean baby born through IVF was actually born right here in Trinidad and Tobago. Wow. That was Professor Ramsawak. That baby was born in 1997. We're talking nearly 30 years. So Trinidad's led the way. It still leads the way with our new amazing IVF lab. And what we're talking about is the reasons to stay home because you have a phenomenal lab, but also the other reasons to stay home and have IVF in your home city or your hometown or your home country. Yeah. There's continuity of medical care, there's the support of your family and friends, there's the fact, cost, you don't need to go and get all that foreign exchange. Yeah. That's tough for most people.
Yeah, because then you have to look for accommodation, you have to look, you know, for a system there to support you when you have that at home.
And I think people also don't realize with IVF, it's often not one and done. You often have little changes that need to be made. Sometimes we need to change things. You come back a week later, you might not get pregnant the first time. You might need your frozen embryo cycle. And then people want to come back. They might have a cyst afterwards and they just want some advice, or they want to bring the baby and, you know, show the baby off to the team that helped them. So lots of reasons to be in an area where you're always able to get to your clinic, and they're a clinic that understands you.
Yeah. You know, I actually had this discussion with you before,
and we did.
I believe one of the things that came up as you spoke about support system is that, you know, the process itself can be stressful, and the easier it is for the couple and, you know, the mother specifically, it's so much less stress on that person and their body and the process, and that can contribute to success in the process. Am I correct?
I believe it does. I think there's a lot we don't know about the way our bodies work, but if you bring your sister or your best friend with you, or your partner, or, you know, and you know that you can get to work later and you've just rearranged your day a little bit. Or our nurses will sometimes say, hey, you've got a big meeting this morning, come in, I'll slip you in at 2 o'clock, let's just rearrange. You know, so there's lots of reasons that support can really help you not stress. Yeah, and maybe get better success rates, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's really success. It's really about success, and it's ensuring that you spend the shortest amount of time getting the best possible outcome, and of course the most comfortable outcome. You know, before we take a break, Dr. Catherine, I want to ask you a few questions a little later on in the hour. We asked people to send a lot of their questions, and of course we have our questions for you as well, because you are all things IVF for us this morning. For those who are just hearing about IVF, can you tell us exactly what that is before we go to the break?
IVF, in vitro fertilization, it really means getting the eggs out of a woman's body, her partner's sperm, and putting them together in a laboratory. And it needs to be a specialized IVF laboratory. So it's fertilization outside of the body. When the egg and sperm come together, they fertilize, not all of them, but at least some of them, create these little embryos, and we grow them for between 3 to 5 days in the lab, sometimes 6 days now. And then you choose the best 1 or 2 and you put them back into the woman's womb. And if things go well, that's a pregnancy, and that's an IVF cycle. Very simple, and there's a lot you can add on to that. You personalize a lot of it. So there's lots of different things, sperm filtering devices now that get the best sperm injection, genetic testing of embryos, pre-treatments for the woman. So a lot of extras, and it's very personalized to the couple or the people or the person in front of you.
Now that we've laid that foundation, when we come back from this break, we continue our discussion with Dr. Catherine on IVF and infertility on Trinidad and Tobago Today.
What if possibility was only the beginning? Welcome to Limitless, a journey where ideas become action and action becomes impact. From breaking barriers and challenging misconceptions to designing with dignity and driving innovation with heart. This series explores how inclusion is moving from concept to community in Trinidad and Tobago. Across each episode, we meet the change makers and everyday leaders turning challenges into opportunity, building real solutions that change real lives, from possibility to impact. This is Limitless. this exciting challenge and confident about your business? If you are, the 10-20 feature is just for you. It's where you give your customers 10 reasons in 20 seconds why they should shop by you. This fun-filled feature will be captured, packaged, and aired on television and promoted on social media simultaneously. Small, medium, and large businesses call or WhatsApp 764-3378 or 313-4215. Let's feature your business. 1020 with Junior K. It's affordable, effective, and fun.
I'm Renee Sion with another edition of Caribbean Week in Review.
Hi, everybody. I am Leah.
And I'm Dion.
And we are
The Duncans.
Listen, we're here to tell you about a project the Lord has given to us called the Marriage Confessional. It is geared toward married couples, those that are on the road to marriage, and those that want to get married one day.
So join us on TTT and on Facebook and YouTube at TTT Live Online.
The Marriage Confessional, only on TTT.
Your news, anytime, anywhere. TTT News brings you the facts that matter most, on air and online. TTT News, nightly at 7. TTT News, committed, accurate, relevant.
Welcome back to Trinidad and Tobago Today on TTT. Well, currently on set with us, Dr. Catherine Minto-Bain, one of the leading voices in the region in reproductive medicine and a fertility specialist, as we continue our discussion this morning on infertility and IVF. Good morning again, Doctor, and welcome back. So why do you think infertility is still something that many couples are struggling with in silence?
I think there are lots of issues that create emotions, shame, fear, and stigma that relate to infertility. And I think what people don't realize as well is how common it is. WHO have done a study, and in every country in the world, it's incredibly common, 1 in 6 couples. And here in TNT, like some other developing countries, we believe it's commoner, maybe 1 in 5 couples. So there are huge numbers of people dealing with it. You often feel alone because you don't hear people talking about it. And yeah, it's stigma and shame, I think, surrounding the whole of reproduction.
Yeah. And why is IVF considered the most successful, if I'm correct, fertility treatment that's available today?
Because of the way it bypasses so many of the things that could be going wrong. So it bypasses tubal problems and sperm problems. It gives you good, strong drugs to get eggs growing. And it takes some of the work of getting the sperm and egg together in the body. It takes that outside of the body, and it controls so much. And IVF has come such a long way. Now, not everybody needs IVF. We have phenomenal treatments like inseminations and lots of other things. But IVF is really going to be one of your most successful ways to get a baby, because of how much it controls and overcomes.
And who should seriously consider IVF? Is it that it's just for couples? Because that's another thought that people have. I don't want to go so far as calling it a misconception, because you still have to debunk that for me. Is it just for couples who've been trying for years?
So that's what everybody thinks. And I think as a medical student, that's what I thought as well. IVF is the end of the road, leave it till last. And that's absolutely wrong. So for example, if you've lost both of your tubes through an ectopic pregnancy, IVF is yours straight away. Even if you're 24, IVF will get you your baby. If you have damaged tubes that are open, if you have severe endometriosis, you go straight to IVF. If you have a low sperm count below 5 million, you go straight to IVF once you've checked to see if there's anything you can do about it. So and if you've had cancer treatment and you want to freeze eggs or freeze sperm, we do sperm freezing, you go straight to IVF. So lots and lots of reasons to come to it straight away and not waste time.
Doctor, in the interest of time, I have a very specific and personal question, as one that was sent to us as well, and one that I really want to find out about. Now, polycystic ovarian syndrome has been a topic that a lot of people are coming to learn about now. I've been very vocal about my journey with PCOS as well. But we always wonder, there is a link between infertility and PCOS. Am I correct?
Absolutely.
So have you been seeing more people, more couples coming with PCOS as an issue when it comes to, seeking IVF?
PCOS is such a common problem here in TNT, and I think it's at least 1 in 10 women that are dealing with it. It's common in certain groups in our population. It's also probably overdiagnosed, I would say, and a lot of women come along saying, hey, doc, I've got PCOS, and a lot of people know about it these days, but a lot of women with PCOS can actually get pregnant, and what we find is that a lot of those couples, there is a coexisting sperm problem or other problem. So PCOS we know a huge amount about. It's not just one thing, it's actually, you probably know a huge amount. It's an umbrella term that covers a lot of different issues. Some women will get pregnant, others will need our help. And there's some relatively good, simple treatments like letrozole for PCOS. But we always say, don't assume it's you. Get your guy checked out as well when you're trying as a couple, because PCOS may not be your only problem. But if it is, we really understand it. PCOS has some great treatments.
Well, thank you very much, Dr. Catherine, for being here with us. Remember, the IVF event is taking place on May 16th. All the information is on the screen for you from 9 to 2:30 at SAPA. Again, that's May 16th. So thank you very much. Continue the great work, and we can't wait to talk to you again.
Virmala, thank you. And everybody, I really look forward to seeing you at Conceiving Hope.
All right. Well, we take a break now for the news at the top of the hour. When we come back inside the next, the show continues.
Every client deserves expertise, integrity, and guidance they can trust. At Camino Realty International, we deliver integrated real estate solutions, sales, rentals, property management, and project development. Driven by excellence, transparency, and innovation, we protect value, create opportunity, and build lasting success. Because real estate isn't just about buildings. For more information on our services, log on to CaminoRealty.com or follow us on social media at Camino Realty TT. Camino Realty International, elevating lives one property at a time.
TTT Weather with Zaina James, daily at 7 p.m.
Ever wondered what happens before the lights come on? Before the crowd pours in? Before the magic hits the stage? This is your all-access pass. Sneak Peek with Junior K takes you behind the scenes of the biggest cultural moments and the hottest events across TNT. From the sound checks to the stage setups, from final rehearsals to exclusive interviews. If it's about to be big, we're already there. Catch Sneak Peek airing daily on TTT and relive every moment on all our social media platforms. Sneak Peek with Junior K, where the story starts before the spotlight.
Your world moves fast, so do we. TTT News brings you the people, events, and issues that matter most. Stay informed, stay ahead. TTT News, every night at 7. TTT News, committed, accurate, relevant.
Unleash your imagination with TTT's terrific Toon Time. Join us as we stop evil geniuses from taking over the world from Super Z. Or hop on board for a journey into outer space with Galaxy Kids. Be a part of our quest to save the forests alongside our robot pals from Bugs Bot Ignition. Or let's go exploring with Duda and Dada. Catch terrific Toon Time weekdays at 4:15 p.m. and Saturdays from 9 a.m. It's fun-filled adventure with terrific Toon Time right here on TTT.
Good morning, this is your TTT News Update. I'm Carrie Roberts, making the news at this time. The theme for this year's National Nurses Week was identified as Empowered Nurses Save Lives. On Monday, the Trinidad and Tobago National Nursing Association opened its first annual nursing exhibition at the Nales Library in Port of Spain, highlighting renewed focus on the profession and the challenges facing nurses nationwide. Speaking at the opening ceremony, President of the Trinidad and Tobago National Nursing Association, Edie Stewart, highlighted the growing pressures facing nurses and midwives despite their crucial role within the healthcare system.
Our nurses and midwives are navigating increasingly complex healthcare environments. We are facing workforce shortages, increased patient demands, and the lingering effects of global health crises.
Despite these challenges, interest in the nursing profession remains strong. Costad nursing student Marissa Joseph says her personal journey into caregiving inspired her decision to pursue nursing.
I want to become a nurse because I felt like I'm a hairdresser by profession. I felt I was not living to my true potential, and I love caring for people.
Mr. Stewart says the association is pushing for reform that would allow nurses and midwives to work to their fullest capacity, aligned with international standards. In other news, several people have been taken into police custody and are currently assisting investigators in Tobago with a probe into the murder of 44-year-old Sean Parisen. Senior Superintendent of Police for the Tobago Division, Rodell Kirk, said investigators have not yet established a motive. Parisen, a craftsman from Argyle, was liming in the alleyway leading to Gardenside car park in Scarborough when he was approached by a lone gunman dressed in black. Several shots were fired, striking him in the chest. He died on the scene. The shooting caused some panic in the car park and nearby Viewport supermarket, causing bystanders to flee the scene. Relatives believe the shooting was linked to a previous altercation with another man. In some sport now, the action continues to heat up in the Trinidad and Tobago Football Association National Youth League Boys Under 15 East Zone. FC Jinga defeated Maloney Real footballers 3-1 when they met at the Eddie Hart Savannah. After a less than ideal start, Maloney equalized 1-1 in the first half thanks to a swift counterattack finished off by Romario Alexander. Jinga, however, fought back, scoring 2 goals in the second half, winning the match 3-1. The result leaves FC Jinga sitting second on the standings, level on 21 points with San Juan Jablote, who remains in first place via goal difference. In more news, Russia's defense ministry announced a unilateral ceasefire in Ukraine for Friday and Saturday to coincide with the 81st anniversary of the defeat of Nazi Germany in World War II, while warning it would retaliate if Kiev attempted to disrupt Victory Day celebrations. In response, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said Ukraine would observe a truce starting at 12 a.m. on Wednesday and would act according to Russia's behavior from that point onward, without specifying an end date. The statements made on Monday come as Russia prepares for its most significant secular holiday, marked by a traditional military parade in Moscow's Red Square, scaled back amid official concerns over potential Ukrainian attacks. Ukraine has been carrying out drone strikes deep inside Russia as part of its response to the invasion that began more than 4 years ago. And that's what's making the news at this time. When we come back, Virmala is back with our number 2 of Trinidad and Tobago Today.
The plays that shake the arenas. The stories that move a nation. From football to cricket, track to tennis, every win, every rivalry, every headline. This is where Trinidad and Tobago come for sports.
TTT Sports with Nasira Mohammed, daily at 7 p.m.
Hey, up for this exciting challenge and confident about your business? If you are, the 1020 feature is just for you. It's where you give your customers 10 reasons in 20 seconds why they should shop by you. This fun-filled feature will be captured, packaged, and aired on television and promoted on social media simultaneously. Small, medium, and large businesses call or WhatsApp 764-3378 or 313-4215. Let's feature your business. 1020 with Junior K. It's affordable, effective, and fun.
I'm Jamila Bannister, host of the Socially Safe podcast, the new TTPS podcast where we share real stories, teach real lessons, and create real impact. From online safety and youth crime to community policing and personal responsibility, we go beyond the headlines and talk about what's happening in our communities with the officers and experts who are on the front lines. Because safety starts with awareness, conversation, and action. Tune in to the Socially Safe podcast on the TTPS YouTube channel, listen on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. Don't miss it.
Watch on TTT, Mondays 6 p.m., Tuesdays 1:10 p.m.
You are dearer to me than all the stars. So many wish but never reach. 'Cause when I'm falling and all the world seems dark, you help me find my peace. Oh, shun mi ba vijani. Oh, shun mi ba.
Your news, anytime, anywhere. Join us nightly at 7. TTT News, committed, accurate, relevant.
The beauty industry in Trinidad and Tobago is growing rapidly, with thousands of talented professionals earning a living through hair, makeup, nails, skincare, barbering, and salon services. But while the talent is undeniable, many beauty businesses are still operating without the structure, the financial guidance, the professional support needed to truly scale. And that's where the Business of Beauty Conference 2026 comes in. Well, joining us this morning is the founder of the conference, Ife Sandy Burrows, to tell us how this major event plans to empower beauty entrepreneurs, raise professional standards, and help to transform passion into sustainable project and profit, that is. Good morning, Ife, and welcome to the show.
Good morning.
Thank you for being here this early with us.
We
know you are gearing up for this conference, so there's a lot to do. And for those of us hearing about this for the first time, what exactly is the Business of Beauty Conference 2026?
So the Business of Beauty Conference is a professional initiative that is geared towards helping beauty professionals take their business from just letting it be a skill to then something that is running as a professional business, one that, banks and insurance agents and those things could, take us serious. We could get loans and mortgages and stuff like that.
So why did you feel that we needed a conference specifically for the beauty industry at this time?
I think we needed a conference because I'm not sure we are always taken serious in the industry. But I would like to show persons that we actually do run our business as an actual company. And even for persons who struggle with, reaching to that point with their business, this event is exactly for them. So we will have persons like, insurance agents. We will have, for instance, Republic Bank. We will have like a media team because, marketing and social media is the biggest thing and the biggest way that we could, promote our business and stuff in the industry. We will have a number of different things that will add to the business being a full functioning company. So like lawyer firm, different things that will assist with the business side of the business.
Yeah, and what are some of the biggest challenges that beauty professionals face when trying to move from, informal work to a more professional, structured business?
So may I talk about my experience?
Sure.
So I initially started off with not being certified. And I faced a lot of challenges because remember, you would be, doing stuff based on trial and error and not actual facts. So then with me doing cosmetology school and finishing, I was like, oh my God, this thing is so serious. So I did it once a few years ago, and I initially decided to do it because of the amount of information I got in school. I was like, oh my God, I don't think that everybody know. These are certain things that you have to do with your business and, just to be more professional and stuff. So I did it a few years ago, and people would always ask me, when you doing this again? When you doing it again? So I decided that 2026 will be the year, but I wanted to do it on a bigger scale. So a few years ago, we had it at Sapa, and this time we're going to have it at Queen's Hall.
Wow. Now, Ife, you are also hoping to spark dialogue about a professional association for the beauty sector and turning it into an actual business, you know? So how could that change the industry?
Well, I think it will change the industry because persons who in positions to make a change, they would see that, okay, this is a sector that need, standards and stuff because we operate without standards. And I personally, in my salon, I deal with people who coming in with issues, like scalp condition, shedding, breakage, a number of different issues that, may be caused because, stylists and other persons don't have the actual, scientific information, and of course we don't have a regulatory board to hold people accountable for doing wrong things, or even not wrong things, it's just that they don't know about what is the right things to do or what.
So it's really standardizing
the industry.
So now, who should attend this conference? Is it for the people who've already established, or even just, a small makeup artist at home, a nail tech or a barber operating out of their, gallery or something like that? Who is this for?
So I would say that this event is for the small guy and the small girl. So this event is for barbers, nail techs, makeup artists, lock, eyelash extension specialists, estheticians, hairdressers, barbers, people who own salons and barber shops, everybody in the beauty industry that would like to grow and get their business to that next level.
Yeah, now give us the details of the event, the date, the venue, the time. How can we register or be a part of this?
So the event would be at Queen's Hall, and the time is from 10 to 4 p.m. And tickets could be available through our DMs from the event page, which is the Business of Beauty TT on Instagram. And you could also WhatsApp the business number, which is 681-HAIR, HAIR. And, you could reach out to get the tickets and stuff.
Yeah. So you explained that you have, your personal journey and where you've come from, especially in this industry. So for someone looking on this morning and they're aspiring, they really want to try something, or they have a little talent and this is what they've always wanted to do, what would you say to them?
I would say do it and try not to do it as a side hustle. So people always look at the beauty industry as something that is a side hustle, but it isn't, because it actually does have money in it. However, you must have structure in order to experience those benefits. So hopefully this event and all the attendees will, get help to create structure with their business.
Yeah. Now, Ife, in an era where branding and digital presence is so important, things like social media is important for building building your business. What advice would you give to beauty entrepreneurs right now about using social media or the digital platforms to help to transform their business?
I would say post, even if you don't have professional content, post, because I got recognized on social media from posting. So I am an educator with a relaxer brand called Avalon. It's an international brand, and they actually sought me out through social media with me posting, and then it trickled down to me becoming the educator for Avalon in Trinidad. So, you know, with me posting and not being afraid to, you know, show my, you know, my personality and stuff on social media, I was able to get these opportunities.
And you were authentic as well. So you showed them the true you.
Yes.
And of course the business that you've built.
Yes.
So just remind us about the event one more time for those who want to attend.
Okay, so tickets are $450. The event would be at Queen's Hall. It's on Monday, the 18th of May. So I did it on a Monday. A lot of people asking why I did it on a Monday. So that is actually a day where beauty professionals would have, you know, our classes, and a lot of beauty professionals also take Monday off. So why not capitalize on that day?
I realized that. For some reason, you know, your hairdresser is closed on Mondays, and you can never get a nail appointment on Mondays as well. So it's a great day to do that. Again, the information is on the screen for you there. You can also send them an email. Everything is listed on the screen. And of course, you can go back and access the story in case you missed it at TTT Live Online. Well, thank you, Ife, for being with us this morning, and congratulations on the Business of Beauty Conference 2026.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm very excited.
I know you're excited. So yeah, all the best in this. And it really is a space where young professionals or up-and-coming professionals can really find out how to transform their maybe small home business into something that is spectacular, just like the one you've built.
Yes.
All right, we get ready to take a short break and come back with Trinidad and Tobago. Today we continue talking about 1020, and a little later on the conversation shifts to entertainment, limitless entertainment actually.
Since 1972, one sound has been living in the heart of Trinidad and Tobago, the longest running radio station in the nation.
We're your holiday soundtrack, whether it's on your day off,
long drives, or house lives.
We are always sweet.
This is music with meaning, music with memories.
Music that feels like home.
And it's not just the songs, it's the voices you trust, personalities you've grown with.
Laughter that sounds familiar.
This isn't just radio, it's tradition.
It's memories. It's part of who we are.
Sweet 100.1 FM, the rhythm of our identity, part of your family.
Always 100, guide you on your way. Sweet 100.
Every client deserves expertise, integrity, and guidance they can trust. At Camino Realty International, we deliver integrated real estate solutions, sales, rentals, property management, and project development. Driven by excellence, transparency, and innovation, we protect value, create opportunity, and build lasting success. Because real estate isn't just about buildings. For more information on our services, log on to CaminoRealty.com or follow us on social media at Camino Realty TT. Camino Realty International, elevating lives one property at a time.
Ever wondered what happens before the lights come on? Before the crowd pours in? Before the magic hits the stage? This is your all-access pass. Sneak Peek with Junior K takes you behind the scenes of the biggest cultural moments and the hottest events across TNT. From the sound checks to the stage setups, from final rehearsals to exclusive interviews. If it's about to be big, we're already there. Catch Sneak Peek airing daily on TTT and relive every moment on all our social media platforms. Sneak Peek with Junior K, where the story starts before the spotlight.
Hi, everybody. I am Leah.
And I'm Dion.
And we are
The Duncans.
Listen, we're here to tell you about a project the Lord has given to us called the Marriage Confessional. It is geared toward married couples, those that are on the road to marriage, and those that want to get married one day.
So join us on TTT and on Facebook and YouTube at TTT Live Online.
The Marriage Confessional, only on TTT.
Another exciting edition of 1020. It's simple. We visit businesses and we allow owners to express 10 reasons in 20 seconds why you should purchase their items. This time around, your boy Junior K. I'm Lower High Street, San Fernando, Lakshmi Jewelers. Miss Lakshmi, are you ready?
Indeed.
Well, begin.
Quality items, affordable jewelry, friendly staff, spacious atmosphere, I should say, and most of all, secured parking, tight security, conveniently located, over 40 years of experience, repair services, and last of all COVID-19 protocols implemented.
Implemented indeed. She did it. She aced it. Hey, you only get 10 reasons. I'm sure she could give us 10 more, but stay close for another exciting edition of 1020 with your boy, Junior K. Lakshmi Jewelers, San Fernando.
In business today, first impressions matter, and sometimes you only have a few seconds to capture attention. That is the idea behind 1020, a new multi-platform marketing campaign giving businesses the chance to deliver 10 powerful reasons in just 20 seconds why customers should choose them. Well, joining us this morning is PR Officer Lauren Vincent to tell us how this initiative is helping brands gain visibility across television, radio, and social media. Good morning, Lauren.
Good morning.
So, for those of us hearing about this for the first time, what exactly is 1020?
So I'll give it to you in 5 words. The ultimate business spotlight campaign. 1020 was created with all business strata in mind. It gives business owners an opportunity to engage directly with potential customers, giving them the opportunity to speak out and let them know why they need to focus on them. So in a nutshell, we give business owners 20 seconds to give us 10 compelling reasons why I should focus solely on you.
That's very interesting. Now, tell us exactly how it's been working. When did this concept come about, and how has the feedback been about this so far?
High impact marketing. This idea came into being roughly 5 years ago. Our host and producer, Mr. Karen Brown Jr. K, saw the need for a more bold, front approach to promotion, not just the lengthy ads or the scripted version of anything, but something authentic, simple, and hassle-free.
Yeah.
So it has been working for small businesses, startup, larger businesses. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is attracting more customers. I mean, you know, the average human doesn't really want to sit down and consume way too much. It's kind of hard to assimilate all of that, you know, that content. So if you give us 20 seconds, then I might kind of retain what you're saying and say, oh, that's really high impact.
That's right.
So this is attracting a lot more customers for businesses, yeah?
Definitely. Endgame is amplified visibility and maximum exposure. And this is exactly what it's doing.
Right.
Creating those two features.
Yeah. So as someone who dabbles in marketing and advertising itself, can you explain to us what makes this exactly different when it comes to the principles now? What makes it different from traditional advertising?
3 things. It's authentic, it's simple, and we are across multi-platforms. So we don't need to have a script for you to tell us why your business is the business to look into. It's hassle-free, where we don't need to go through those red tapes for permission to anything. And we are actually broadcasting. We are partnered with TTT, 100.1, 99.1, and 91.1. So we are multifaceted, and coverage exists right through.
Do you realize when we started, I asked you what is 1020, and you actually answered in less than 20 seconds.
I did.
So I guess you are probably trained now to use that 20-second mark as your cutoff time to say, okay, this is all you're going to get from me in 20 seconds. So 1020 in 20.
In 20,
if that makes
that's
sense.
right.
Now, is this campaign open to small businesses and also startups as well?
Yes, we're not biased, and it was designed for persons in brand awareness need. So we look at small business, we look at startups, and we look at the larger companies. So we have something that could meet the needs of any persons wanting that amplify visibility. So every business person could benefit from.
I know there's privacy and all of that, but can you give us an idea of the types of businesses that you have on board so far?
Oh, yes. We have, as you would have seen previously, Lakshmi Jewelers. We have a few barbers, nail techs, and we have recently partnered with a few public sector persons, which we can't really divulge right now.
Okay, yeah, of course. You know, a lot of times you ask someone to describe their business, you bring them to an interview, perhaps. I see this a lot here. And you're saying, tell me a little bit about this. And then they freeze. And then they don't know what to say about this business that they've built for such a long time, because they can be a little bit nervous. But if you tell them, tell me this in 20 seconds, then they're probably going to have a lot more to say in a, it's not a lot. You just have to come up with why I did it, why does it exist, and why you should come and be a part of my business. So 20 seconds is absolutely fantastic. I love this idea.
Thank you.
Lauren, this is amazing. So tell us now the platforms that the businesses will be featured on.
So we're going with the traditional media, which is TTT, 3D attached radio stations, and to amplify social media. So we have this hybrid synergized approach. And in doing that, you find that businesses' promotions will not be limited to just one facet, but it will be widespread. So visibility exists throughout, every day, all the time. Yeah.
Now, where can we sign up for this or get more information on this 1020?
You can actually reach out to Mr. Karen Brown at 764-3378 or 740-4727. One of the things I want one person to bear in mind is that this approach, unique, creative, fun, high impact, and extremely affordable. So it's not something that's gonna eat into the budget. Having a conversation with us, we can actually sit down and tailor something to suit businesses' needs. So please bear in mind that it is affordable, it is bold, and it is high impact.
You know, sometimes, Lauren, when the older members of business owners hear things like, okay, a social media team is coming, a marketing team, they're going to put a mic and they're going to tell me, say something fun, we're going to do something, quick. They might get a little bit intimidated by that. But, we just saw a clip of Karen, and it was so seamless, it was so easy, and everyone can participate in this. This is not just for younger business owners or just young people in general, right?
No, this is exactly why it was created, to create that familiarity, to create that authentic and simple feel that anybody could do it. You don't need that PR team, or you don't need this marketing expert. This is your voice, your moment, your business. It's about you.
I love that. So before we go, Lauren, tell us again in 20 seconds, what is 1020?
1020 is the most unique form of promotion right now. It allows you to meet persons on any strata. It is affordable. It is fun, it is bold, it is dynamic, and it is high impact marketing at a reasonable price. It is indeed affordable.
Wow, you really made that within 20 seconds. And I did not time you. I just knew it was. Thank you very much. 10:20. Remember, you can get all the information that you need. Visit their social media and, of course, get in contact with Junior K.
That's right.
As well.
That's
all
right.
right. Thank you, Lauren, for joining us this morning. The time 7:28 on TTT. Remember, all the stories that you see here and more, you can check us out live at TTT Live Online. Also at TNT Today Show. All our social media channels always have all the content that we feature on every single show, so feel free to engage with us there. If you want to be a part of the show as well, send us an email at tttoday@ttt.co.tt. Again, that's tttoday@ttt.co.tt. We take a break and come back. It's Cinco de Mayo.
Whatever the skies bring, stay prepared with TTT Weather. Committed, accurate, relevant.
The time is now. Right now. Right now. Right now. Right now. Right now. No, not that. Right now. All I need is one night. We're gonna have to splurge on it. All I need is one night. I went deaf on it. No, not that. Right now. Right now. All I need is one night. We're gonna have to splurge on it. All I need is one night. I went deaf on it. This is the new day.
A new sound, a new style, a new style, a new class. Next 99.1 FM, the next level of radio.
Right now.
Hey, up for this exciting challenge and confident about your business? If you are, the 1020 feature is just what you need. It's where you give your customers 10 reasons in 20 seconds why they should shop by you. This fun-filled feature will be captured, packaged, and aired on television and promoted on social media simultaneously. Small, medium, and large businesses call or WhatsApp 764-3378 or 313-4215. Let's feature your business. 1020 with Junior K. It's affordable, effective, and fun.
The Mother Church of the Anglican Diocese suffered significant damage during the earthquake of 2018. Efforts are underway to raise funds to restore this national heritage site. You are invited to make your donations with monthly deposits at any branch of the First Citizens Bank, account number 2696950, Marval Road Branch, in the name of the Incorporated Trustees of the Anglican Holy Trinity Cathedral Restoration.
When it matters, we're there, reporting the news as it happens, because your world can't wait. TTT News, nightly at 7. TTT News, committed, accurate, relevant.
Initiative aimed at creating real economic opportunity for persons with disabilities is now gaining national attention. The Innovation Challenge for Persons with Disabilities, led by the Digicel Foundation in partnership with the GEF Small Grants Program, has provided funding, mentorship, and business support to 6 innovative projects across Trinidad and Tobago, all designed to empower persons with disabilities and the organizations that serve them. Now, those inspiring stories will now be showcased in the new television series Limitless, premiering on May 10th. Take a look.
What if possibility was only the beginning? Welcome to Limitless, a journey where ideas become action and action becomes impact. From breaking barriers and challenging misconceptions to designing with dignity and driving innovation with heart. This series explores how inclusion is moving from concept to community in Trinidad and Tobago. Across each episode, we meet the change makers and everyday leaders, turning challenges into opportunity, building real solutions that change real lives, from possibility to impact. This is Limitless.
Well, joining us this morning are Kevin Sawyer, host of the Limitless TV series, Kwasi Kujo, Program Manager at Digicel Foundation, and Marlon Bascom, General Manager of the Lady Hochoy Home. Gentlemen, good morning, and thank you for joining us.
Good morning. Thank you.
Well, congrats on Limitless. I know this is such a special project, and we can't wait to find out more about it this morning. So, firstly, tell us how this innovation challenge came about and why the Digicel Foundation felt like this was something important to do.
So, President, good morning again, viewers, and thanks for having us. So, in July of last year, we launched a call for grant proposals. And the thing is, we launched the call because one of our pillars that we work with at the Digicel Foundation is to improve the lives of persons with disabilities. So, we would have partnered with the UN Jeff SGP, which is a global environment facility small grants program, to build out a grant award solely for persons with disabilities. So it's actually the first of its kind. Wow. It's for persons with disabilities and organizations that support persons with disabilities. Because we understand that there are a number of persons with disabilities based on, and we have some old 2011 CSO reports, which says around 15,000, but when you look at sources like the Consortium of Disability Organizations, they say 140,000, and even the World Health Organization says over 200,000 persons, and that's varying disabilities. So we wanted to create opportunities for this community that they can be empowered, because the Innovation Challenge for persons with disabilities is all about innovation, empowerment, and really providing opportunities for persons with disabilities to thrive. So coming out of the call, we received 43 applications, which is quite impressive for a grant of this kind, and the first time as well. And from that, we shortlisted 12, and we selected 6. Wow. And as an extension of the challenge, this is how the Limitless series came about. Because, many times people talk about awareness and advocacy and what next. The Limitless series allows persons to see the what next, the action, inclusion and action, as we like to say. So within Limitless, we get to see now these grantees going through the journeys of troubleshooting their projects, implementing, and seeing that creativity and that drive to really not just create, something novel, but to really create impact within the communities that they serve and they operate. Because we would have had individuals with disabilities apply and be successful as well. Wow. So we get to see both the individuals as well as the organizations that have been in the trenches, working with the community and supporting them to navigate, the numerous barriers, social and otherwise, that we have.
Yeah, not just another grant program. This seems to be way bigger than that. Now, the Lady Hochoy Home was selected as one of the beneficiaries. Yes. So tell us what this opportunity meant for the organization.
Well, for us, it does several things at once, and thank you again for having us this morning. When we saw the opportunity, we decided that it would allow us to build on some entrepreneurial activities that would have already begun at the various centers. So things were happening at our Cookery Center and at our Rima Center, but we decided to utilize the space at the Gasparilla Center, where we have 11 acres, and Gasparilla is a school, to build out some self-sustainable income to the center and to Lady Couture in general, but also to have our students the opportunity to be paid for some of their work. So at Gasparilla, after students graduate, and we saw it when the DDCEL Foundation launched the Innovation Challenge, that some of the community was saying that when they leave school, there's nothing for them to do. So for us, we decided, here it is, we can, kill several birds with one stone. We can do something to benefit the center. We can potentially build a level of income, but we can also provide employment for some of our students. So even now, with our project, which is a chicken layer project, and we have chickens ready to lay eggs, and we also sell broiler chickens, we have a couple of our students, current students, who are working in the project and being paid a stipend. And we also have a couple of former students who are the ones actually doing the work and also being paid currently, based upon the injection that we would have gotten from the DDCEL Foundation.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is definitely impactful. And it really changes the way, you function then and gives them so much purpose.
Yes.
Yeah, I love that.
And we are looking for it to be a long-term initiative at the various centers. So we have Cokereet, which is our main, almost our head office. We have the Mamisa Center in Arima. We have the Gasparilla Center, which is a school, early education, primary school and vocational school. And we also have a school in Penal. All right, we want to become a bit more self-sustainable. We want to provide opportunities for our students and residents beyond their time staying at one of these centers. And so as an organization, it gives us an opportunity both to grow and to continue to support the community.
Yeah. Now, we know that this initiative goes beyond the funding with the Limitless television series. So let's talk a little bit about that now. How has that been for you?
Hosting it.
Yeah.
It's been an honor. I'm really happy to be part of it. I have a front row seat to talk to the people who are actually on the ground making this thing happen. I get to talk to the persons who, formulated it. So from the DDCEL Foundation and the UN GEF, the long name, Jeff. Yeah. And I'm also speaking to the advocates, the self-advocates, going to the locations and seeing it in action. It's been really impactful. Yeah, for me, I'm thankful. So I initially worked with the DDCEL Foundation, on other projects like the Special Olympics and things like that. I actually was part of a panel for the announcement of this initiative. And then I hosted the announcement of the winners. So I got the call to the host of this series. So I was really honored to be part of that, So
and you're meeting so many cool people along this journey as well.
Yes, I am, and that's the thing. So people ask, it's really not about me, because at any point in time, speaking to the persons who are making these initiatives and pouring them, and especially the recipients and all of them, I'm the least interesting person on the screen at any given time, because the stories, the stories, you really want to tune in to hear these people, how passionate they are about the initiatives, and you'll be truly inspired by the.
This must feel so rewarding for you as well.
It is. I think
to be part of something so great.
Yeah, and encouraging, because for a very long time, we kind of look around and so a lot of the times when conversations like these are happening, it's about empathy more than empowerment. It's about assistance more than accessibility. And DDCEL Foundation is all about taking these ideas to action, and from action to impact, making it sustainable, as Mana would have said. Creating opportunities for us to help ourselves. I'm saying us because I'm one of the people, and partnering with me and having me be part of it, they're doing that with me as well, even from the host onward. Everybody involved, So it's really encouraging. It makes you think that there's a lot of work actually happening, and it's in a direction that it needs to go. And I think a lot of other organizations should take example from
and
that.
where can we see this television series?
Right here on TTT, of course. No better place than TTT to see it.
Good, and we love seeing you. Honestly, we do, and you bring such a nice warmth and a different vibe to the screen. So we love that.
Of course, I bring warmth.
You didn't have to prove that. You really didn't have to prove that.
Okay.
Now, can I ask you again, Kevin? That you've met so many amazing people and all the stories. What stood out to you most? Any one of those stories?
So many, because the thing is, you go there and you see the actual you see the people that are involved in this thing. It's kids in some situations. So for me, I remember, I think because we all three of us are here, I remember going to Lady Hochoy Gasparillo and seeing the initiative there. There was this ceremony that they did, thanking the Digital Foundation and all the stakeholders and everything like that. And these kids came up and they sang so powerfully.
Everybody cried.
It was so moving. Yeah, they came and they sang because they were so appreciative for the initiative. So much so that I remember one of the persons, or one of the crew members there, gave all of them a gift. Every child got a gift from him. Just kind of like, hey, giving all gifts away. In front of everybody. You didn't get a gift. Yes, you never know what somebody's motivation is for something like that. You never know why. Nobody was asking him anything. So I went across and I said to him, did you ever know that you're my hero? So I got a gift too, but it didn't work. It didn't work. He didn't give me one just for the kids.
None of you got gifts?
No, we
just
didn't get. But
that's okay.
But it was so moving.
The next time you guys come back, I will have a gift for you.
But it was so moving for him that it just initiated that response in him. So I think that was one of the moments that stood out for me. But every single episode, there's something that is really enlightening and inspiring and exciting. So I think you want to tune in for that.
Yeah, we definitely do. Now, one of the major challenges for persons with disabilities is they often don't get the opportunities to be seen.
Yes.
And that's very important here. So how does a program like this help to change that?
Oh no, it's really important. And I learned that myself at the launch of the project, listening to the community and recognizing that for too long we underestimate the special needs community. I myself have been guilty of that. And here it is, we have the opportunity to showcase what the community can do. All right, so I myself, since I've joined Lady Hochoy, I've been very inspired by the children and the residents. And in this initiative, we've done really, really well. We've been selling our broiler chickens. We've already raised more than $10,000 just in the last month through sales. And a lot of that is being reinvested. We are buying more layers, buying more chickens. It's going to be a full-on business. And we are launching off into other projects as well, based on this foundation that the DDCell Foundation gave to us.
Now, what do you hope that people take away from this initiative and from watching Limitless as well?
Yeah, that's, hearing Mr. Bascom, Kevin speak, it's really important to recognize that DigiCell didn't create this project on its own. We would have gone to the community and really engaged with them. We wanted a project that wasn't a one and done. So we were very, intentional about creating sustainability, because one of the resources that was injected apart from funding was mentorship. I know if you give Mr. Bascom has a story about how that benefited that's his particular organization. But we want people to recognize that persons with disabilities, once given the support and the opportunity, can thrive.
Yes.
Because they exist, I want to say, in almost constant challenges, not created by themselves. They are forced to become creative. They are resilient. And with this series, you get to see that resilience. Unlike some projects where it may seem as performative, this is where viewers get to see, as Kevin said, you get to see students as a particular grantee, hands-on, learning, major and minor motor skills. And a lot of other skills and behavioral changes are happening right before your eyes. So I really encourage persons to tune in and look at this. This is not just entertainment.
Yeah.
You're getting to see lived experiences. You're getting to see how persons are able to adapt, how persons are growing, how these people who have been supporting persons with disabilities continue to, just push on.
Yeah. Well, tell us about the premiere.
The premiere?
Well, it's taking
May 10th,
place
right?
on May 10th.
Yes.
It's at 8:05 p.m. on TTT. You're welcome. Now you owe me a gift. It's on May 10th, so you do not want to miss that. It takes place right here on TTT at 8:05 p.m. It's on TTT.
Yes, it is on TTT.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, gentlemen, for being here.
Thank you so much.
And, all the best in this initiative going forward. Kevin, we can't wait to see the magic that you've created on the screen for us and bring this entire project to life. And thank you, gentlemen, for your continued work. Yeah.
And
I have to channel my inner Kevin for this one. I really, really do. But thank you for being a part of everything that we do here at TTT. And also, inclusion, innovation, and empowerment. And you're such a great part of that now. All right, so that was Limitless. Remember, it premieres 8:05 p.m. on May 10th. That is, I believe, this coming weekend. Just a few. Wow, did I forget when was Mother's Day? Just a few days away, so you do not want to miss that one. The time now 7:48. We take a break and come back on Trinidad and Tobago Today.
What if possibility was only the beginning? Welcome to Limitless, a journey where ideas become action and action becomes impact. From breaking barriers and challenging misconceptions to designing with dignity and driving innovation with heart. This series explores how inclusion is moving from concept to community in Trinidad and Tobago. Across each episode, we meet the change makers and everyday leaders turning challenges into opportunity, building real solutions that change real lives, from possibility to impact. This is Limitless. What if possibility was only the beginning? Welcome to Limitless, a journey where ideas become action and action becomes impact. From breaking barriers and challenging misconceptions to designing with dignity and driving innovation with heart. This series explores how inclusion is moving from concept to community in Trinidad and Tobago. Across each episode, we meet the change makers and everyday leaders turning challenges into opportunity, building real solutions that change real lives, from possibility to impact. This is Limitless.
Ever wondered what happens before the lights come on? Before the crowd pours in? Before the magic hits the stage? This is your all-access pass. Sneak Peek with Junior K takes you behind the scenes of the biggest cultural moments and the hottest events across TNT. From the sound checks to the stage setups, from final rehearsals to exclusive interviews. If it's about to be big, we're already there. Catch Sneak Peek airing daily on TTT and relive every moment on all our social media platforms. Sneak Peek with Junior K, where the story starts before the spotlight.
Barcelona drawing a game, not winning their first set of game. Worried, concerned.
Emotional damage is his fantasy.
What a wonderful finish!
You see it, so come back up again, one more time.
Unleash your imagination with TTT's terrific Toon Time. Join us as we stop evil geniuses from taking over the world from Super Z, or hop on board for a journey into outer space with Galaxy Kids. Be a part of our quest to save the forests alongside our robot pals from Bugs Bot Ignition, or let's go exploring with Duda and Dada. Catch terrific Toon Time weekdays at 4:15 p.m. and Saturdays from 9 a.m. It's fun-filled adventure with terrific Toon Time right here on TTT.
Welcome back to Trinidad and Tobago Today on TTT. Well, just an international update for you. As I told you yesterday, a suspected hantavirus outbreak has struck an Atlantic cruise ship, and 3 passengers have died and several others are seriously ill. And now health officials have confirmed 2 hantavirus cases, while over 140 passengers remain quarantined on the ship. Also, tensions are sharply rising in the Strait of Hormuz as Iran is warning the United States that military action is just getting started. And also in China, in the Hunan province, a deadly explosion at the Huasheng fireworks factory killed 26 people and injured 61 others, and massive rescue efforts have ended, and police have launched an investigation, and they also detained company officials responsible for the plant. And now a bit of sport. The Trinidad and Tobago Football Association has confirmed the appointment of Derek King as head coach of the senior men's national team, removing his interim tag. King, who had been serving in an interim role since March, has signed a 1-year contract with an option to renew. This marks his first full appointment after previous stints as interim and assistant coach. Well, following the announcement, TTFA President Kieran Edwards said the move reflects confidence in King's leadership and understanding of the national program. King's first assignments will be 2 international friendlies against South Korea on May 30th in Utah, then Russia on June 9th, before preparations begin for the CONCACAF Nations League in September. Well, as usual, we'd like to prepare you for the day ahead with a weather update from Zena James.
Zena James here with your weather. Just east of our islands, a tropical wave is moving westward. However, the atmosphere remains dry and hostile, so activity is expected to stay low. So on Tuesday, generally sunny and breezy conditions will persist, but from midday into the afternoon, there is a slight increase in showers, especially across southern areas as a bit of moisture pushes north from instability associated with that wave. Temperatures will be on the warmer side, around 32 degrees in Trinidad and 31 degrees in Tobago, and it could feel a little sticky at times with the added moisture. Nothing out of the ordinary when it comes to our seas, so conditions will remain moderate in open waters and slight in sheltered areas.
Thank you so much, Zena. Well, if you are an international traveler, you would have known that Spirit Airlines actually closed down. While the collapse was caused by rising fuel prices and more years of financial trouble, of course, they're saying poor management was a factor as well, and a terrible customer experience. Do you have that experience with Spirit Airlines? Have you ever flown with them? And despite offering cheap fares, they were known for those cheap fares. If you know anything about Spirit Airlines, people always thought they were like that low budget taxi type airline where everything was an add-on. Well, that was a problem because passengers actually grew tired of that extra fees and also the cramped seating, and they found there was bare bones services, and many were willing to just pay a little more for that extra comfort and of course reliability from other airlines. And experts are saying now that Spirit's failure shows that low prices alone are no longer enough to keep an airline in business. And the latest update in that story actually says that a lot of people are still waiting for their bags and, refunds from Spirit Airlines, and then they're working to do that as quickly as possible. So remember, for all the stories that you saw here and more, all you have to do is log on to TTT Live Online. If you want to contribute to the show as well, our email address, it's very easy. It's tttoday@ttt.co.tt. Send us an email if you want to be a part of our show, if you want to collaborate with us through the airwaves of Talk City 91.1 FM, Sweet 100.1 FM, and Next 99.1 FM. So again, that's TTT Live Online and at TNT Today Show. Of course, we're also on TikTok and Facebook and Instagram and X and YouTube, all the platforms for your availability. Well, this is where we say goodbye. Join us again tomorrow, 6 to 8, where we do this all over again. Get ready for a link up starting tomorrow through Friday with our sister stations. Have a wonderful day. Please be safe on the nation's roads. We'll see you. Bye-bye.
client deserves expertise, integrity, and guidance they can trust. At Camino Realty International, we deliver integrated real estate solutions, sales, rentals, property management, and project development. Driven by excellence, transparency, and innovation, we protect value, create opportunity, and build lasting success. Because real estate isn't just about buildings. For more information on our services, log on to CaminoRealty.com or follow us on social media at Camino Realty TT. Camino Realty International, elevating lives one property at a time.
There are a number of risk factors for heart disease, so a lot of attention has to be put towards preventive cardiology. What can we do to reduce the burden due to all these risk factors? Hypertension, diabetes, cholesterol, need to stop cigarette smoking, you gotta get people exercising.
Be viewing Caribbean Medical TV on this station.
Hi, everybody. I am Leah.
And I'm Dion.
And we are
The Duncans.
Listen, we're here to tell you about a project the Lord has given to us called the Marriage Confessional. It is geared toward married couples, those that are on the road to marriage, and those that want to get married one day.
So join us on TTT and on Facebook and YouTube at TTT Live Online.
The Marriage Confessional, only on TTT.
Good morning, this is your TTT News Update. I'm Carrie Roberts, making the news at this time. A coordinated operation by the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service over the weekend led to the disruption of a criminal gang in the Kupia area. The gang, the Tall Boots Crew, were blamed for a number of home invasions in the central area. Councillor for the area, Richard Sukdeo, said the community is pleased with the quick and decisive action of the police. He added that the community is still reeling from the operation.
I'm feeling targeted because of this situation. It was really dramatic. People were hearing gunshots from, wee hours of the morning. The whole community was alarmed as what happened there. So it's more than just, fear gripping. The community has been rocked with this, and we may take some time for this to subside.
The council explained that although there are watch groups in the area, they function mainly as WhatsApp chat groups rather than organized patrols actively monitoring the community.
The watch groups today we really need to have more involvement in terms of with the police in each community with these watch groups, so that we could have, and then the assurance from the police to ensure that if something is happening, that there can be a real-time response.
Although residents welcome the swift and decisive action by the police, they say they remain apprehensive. The councillor noted that more resources need to be assigned to the area, explaining that the police station is small and may not have enough vehicles available to respond promptly to emergencies. Switching gears now, Habitat for Humanity has positively impacted the lives of more than 65,000 families worldwide, including 25,000 beneficiaries in Trinidad and Tobago. Now, through their new initiative, Let's Open the Door, Communications Officer Quinton Dixon explained that Habitat for Humanity TT aims to raise awareness to improve public access to information.
So essentially what we're asking everyone to do is come out, visit the doors, read, take pictures, share it with your friends, family, scan the QR codes on the door, like the post behind the QR codes, because the post tells you about all the work that we do.
Mr. Dixon added that the campaign includes a social media competition component.
We have a social media competition running. We are asking people to create a 30-second reel in front of the doors. They are answering the prompt, what is behind your dream door. When you answer the prompt, you post to your social media, you tag us, you use the hashtags, and you would gain entry into the competition. The prize for the competition is a trip to 5 islands for a group of 1 to 3 persons and a food voucher for their concession stands valued at $400 TT.
Habitat for Humanity, TT, will continue its public outreach on the Brian Lara Promenade until May 6th. In sport, the Trinidad and Tobago Football Association has confirmed the appointment of Derek King as head coach of the senior men's national team, removing his interim tag. King, who had been serving in an interim role since March, has since signed a 1-year contract with an option to renew. This marks his first full appointment after previous stints as interim and assistant coach. Following the announcement, TTFA President Kieran Edwards said the move reflects confidence in King's leadership and understanding of the national program. King's first assignments will be 2 international friendlies against South Korea on May 30th in Utah, then Russia on June 9th, before preparations begin for the CONCACAF Nations League in September. And that was your TTT News Update. I'm Carrie Roberts. From the entire team to you, have a great day.
This is TTT. Live for local.